Bristle, did it's little birdies sort of drifted back to me that in the off-season you always get a bit weird. Like you often do some quite weird stuff.
Not just the off-season,
no, but have you done some sort of alpine walk where you nearly lost your life?
Look, I won't say I've done it, but I did attempt to do it. My son, a 21-year-old, he did the alpine walk, which is from Canberra to Walhalla, 680 k's, 35 days, tough walk, wilderness area. And I'm thinking, just perhaps I could go and join him for the last week to see him through the ropes. He might be just down in confidence a little bit, and we'll try and lift his confidence. So I've packed me pack, and I've spent about $6,000 on the right pack, because it had to be lightweight there, Duck. I couldn't take a metal fork, or I couldn't take a Leatherman because they weighed too much. And so I've gone in there with the bare essentials, knowing that I do eat quite a lot and that food was important to me. So of the 20-kilo pack I had on my back, it was about 13 kilos worth of food for the first couple of days. Anyway, my son, he said, "No, Dad, that'll be too heavy, too much food." Anyway, so we've gone out there, and I've collected them on the last 5 days. So they're into their last 5 days. They're almost at the line. And he said, "Dad, I don't think you should come. The hills are pretty big out here." Pretty big. I said, "No, I've been walking the hills out at Monagita." He said, "No, Dad, these are mountains." And I got out there, and after the first day, I got lost on the first day. I said, "Look, I'll go ahead so I don't hold you up." And of course, I took the wrong turn, and they just about sent off the SOS helicopter style, the beacon, the old what are they called? Those orange beacons you have in the boats if you get lost. Well, that was within seconds of being pressed. Anyway, he found me, got me up the mountain, and I was unconscious. He said, "Eat this tuna." I said, "Stick the tuna." and I was that knackered by the time I got to this 1 kilometre top of the mountain. He said, "Sit down there." I'm sitting on an ant's nest. I could not even be bothered moving. I said, "Just the ants will just go for it." Anyway, we got through the first night. It was like hell. We walked 26 kilometres.
Oh, no.
The next day, he says, "Yeah, you'll be right. There'll be water everywhere." Well, of course, there was no water. So we've got about 28 kilometres to do on that particular day. I'm out of water after 6 kilometres.
And food.
And just absolutely remarkable. And then we pitched the tent. This is the second night. We pitched the tent. I'm in a little one-man tent, right? And it's not much wider than me. So when I roll over, it rips all the pegs out. When I roll left, the pegs on the right come out. And it's just collapsing all on me. It's absolutely pissing rain. There's these 100-foot trees, and they're swaying and bending. And I was that tired when I pitched the tent. And I'm thinking all night, they are going to snap and land on me in this tent. And I could not be bothered moving it. So in the end, an SOS was sent out to my wife by my son saying, "You need to come and pick this idiot up, get him out of here. He's cramping my style. We're never going to make it in time." So we had a day's rest, and we went back in a few days later and did the last couple of days. But I tell you what, the mountains, the alpine walk, it is a tough walk.
How do you compare it to Kokoda?
Well, I had a guy with me, Paul Maher, who was also with me. He'd done Kokoda. And he said this was like doing Kokoda every day.
Wow.
So, for 35, 40 days. Yeah. Remarkable. Those mountains up there, don't know whether you've noticed, Duck, but Kosciuszko and Mount Bogon and all those places, they are actually quite big.
Yeah.
They're big mountains.
Imagine, Purple, if you're an alpine ant. Just minding your own business, building yourself a little... and Bristle's arse lands.
Oh, the fun we could have.
We only
thousands of them wiped out in one city.
We only saw 2 people, and I'm
got a whole colony of ants.
On the second day.
Just stuffed up the ecosystem.
Don't worry about Ant Red. Just go bang.
I'm hallucinating on the second day on the walk because I've got no water in my body. And I look ahead and I can see a bit of a wave up ahead, and it's 2 guys, and I'm thinking this can't be true. And so we get up to these 2 guys, and I'm just about dead at this stage, and I'm going, "You got water?" I said, "Yeah, we got water." I said, "I need your water." They said, "But we got 20. I said, "I need your water." So they've given me, of the 5 litres they had, they gave me 4 litres of their water.
These trekkers are often wiry and sinewy and fit. You were the only one of your type on this particular one.
I was.
You would be seriously worried about your safety if you got lost with BT and there was no food, would you? There would be...
Well, we did hide food in the bushes, but unfortunately... it was 5 days apart, and we'd only walked 2, so we didn't get to the next food drop. So that we put the food drops too far apart.